the next one I want to talk about is coaching with passion. So you did talk about coaching with passion at one of the recent coaching conferences in Melbourne. And I've had a few people who were there and came up to me and said they really enjoyed that talk, and it was their favourite talk of the weekend. Can you talk a little bit about some of the main points that you mentioned in that talk? Because I went along to it and I really enjoyed it. And I think for me, I'm sort of the more analytical nature, sort of more numbers based. So it's easy for me to just be focused on the set and the workout and not coming across with much sort of passion in the way I speak, in the way I present things, because it's not necessarily the way I normally do things. It's not my nature. But the talk that you do, I've been trying to come from the coaching with more passion and delivering in that sort of way, because I think it's a much better way to get across to people. So are you able to talk about some of those points from that talk?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess it's a case. I do it this way because I was a late starter in coaching. I always think to myself, how much time have I got left in this caper? And I'd like to think I'll be around for many more years to come. But I always look at every opportunity is an opportunity to give as much as you can. Now, I always remember things that other coaches said to me. And Bill Sweetenham, who's obviously a legend in coaching, it sticks in my mind what he said. He said, you should go into a training session. For example, in the morning, you get there at 5 o'clock in the morning, and the kids are just, they're down, they look tired, whatever, and you are bouncing because you're a coach. You should be bouncing off the walls and getting these kids up and pushing them around and challenging them and being the best they can. And when the session finishes at 7 or 7:30, you are absolutely spent and you've got nothing left, and all the kids are bouncing off the walls, and you're transferring your energy and your knowledge and your enthusiasm to these children. And that's the way that I like to coach. That you're there for a purpose. You set yourself up. You set yourself up with your mindset. Your mindset is, I'm going to go there and I'm going to give it really my best efforts here as far as my energy is concerned. Now, you've got to read the situation as well. You can't go in there thirsting up and get everyone jumping out of this, because it doesn't work that way. I mean, I coached this morning, and the kids had trained last night and so on, and they take a bit of time to warm up, and you don't want to be so full on that they go, this is ridiculous. So, I don't need this right now. You've got to analyse your squad, but ultimately the point is the values that we have. Look, we say hello in the morning. We respect each other. Listen to the program. You do all those basic things. You go through the session. I need quality in this part of the program, and I'll encourage you. I'll be yelling at you. I'll be really pushing you to get there. Okay, they know that's going to occur. So it's a mindset that you take, and you've got to convey that to your swimmers. But again, it's built up over a period of time, them knowing you. And if you just go in, if I went in there to a brand new program, I would spend probably my first 10 minutes and go, this is the way I am as a coach, just so you know. Because if I go into a program and they're with a quiet coach and I go, well, this is not my style, I'm going to be yelling at you, I'm going to be using your name, I'm going to be encouraging you, I'm going to tell you what to do, I'm not going to be happy with this, I'm going to be happy with that. You've got to set the platform wherever you go, and it's you as a coach that sets the benchmark in each program that you go to and each session that you take. But what I see as far as general swimming coaching is concerned is I think a lot of young coaches, particularly, they feel like they can't express themselves, and they should, because they should get out there and be. You're allowed to be loud. You're allowed to have lots of energy. You're allowed to be over the top. And how can you be over the top with too much enthusiasm? What's wrong with that? I always remember a particular school teacher in Sale when I played water polo, going into Sale in my early days, and he was playing water polo. He was in his 50s, and I thought, oh my God, you are so passionate. You're brilliant. I just love the way you're always energetic. You're always full of life and full of energy. And I thought, that's the way I'm going to be. And I thought, And as I get older, and I'm 58 now, as I get older, I'm not going to pull away from that. I want to convey that to young people, to say, young coaches particularly, to say, it's okay. It's okay to get up there and bounce off walls and transfer your enthusiasm to other people. Because if you don't, who's going to do it? Who's going to convey that life is a pretty good life you're leading? You guys can stand, you can talk, you can walk, you can move around. The hardest thing you're doing here is exerting a lot of energy and pushing yourself hard in the pool. That's pretty good. If that's the hardest thing you'll do all day, it's a pretty good life you've got. So let's have a bit of fun doing this. Let's try and get something out of this. Let's achieve something for the morning, and let's try and give you some feedback where you leave here feeling really good about yourself because you've done something that your non-swimming friends aren't doing. They're probably still in bed resting while you're here making yourself a better swimmer and a better person. So I just love that part of swimming, and I love that part of just getting up and mixing with young people because and I really don't care anymore whether or not people think I'm over the top or not, because I can read a situation really well, and I reckon I can mellow myself if I need to, and I can get full-on enthusiastic if I need to as well. So I guess I'm in a very lucky part of my life where I can read a group situation really well. So, but again, I'd love to convey it to other coaches and get them to understand that it's okay to coach with a lot of enthusiasm and energy and passion and all. You can do all that stuff. Don't back away from that because it's so much more fun.